Sorry about that. Echoes are always fun. Sorry about that. What the hell? Where's this? Echoes are always fun. Sorry about that. Jeez. Alright, that should get rid of the echoes now. No, we're not in space. Yeah, Kerbal Space Program plus Hearthstone. That's what we're doing tonight. Alright, guys. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me kill one thing real quick. Alright, so tonight we are going to play the Warrior Constructed deck a little bit more, and then we'll continue our Paladin Arena from last night. I posted up on the pre-show the changes that were made to the Warrior deck, but I'm going to talk about them real quick in a second. Couple of announcements. At the bottom of the channel page, you'll see now I'm listing the people who donated previously. If you want to be listed, obviously make a donation. The information is included there. If you have donated already and I've listed your name and you do not want to be listed, just send me a message on Twitch and I will remove you from the list. Other announcements, if you follow me on Twitter, that's darhosstwitter.com. Any beta key announcements or contests that I see, I will retweet. I follow pretty much all of the major Hearthstone fan sites as well as a lot of the minor ones. So if you want to keep abreast of beta key giveaways, I will be retweeting them there. See, still working out what I want to do for this weekend. Not sure the schedule yet, but I will be streaming probably Saturday and Sunday. Can you guys hear me all right on the mic? And then, let's see. That's pretty much it. So let's talk through real quick some of the, thanks, Zell. Let's talk about some of the Warrior deck changes that I made. So I decided, I felt a few things. One, you know, we had this great Grommash Hellscream combo, a Grommash Inner Rage combo that does 12 points of damage with a charge, and it's great for ending the game. But I felt like we could really leverage Inner Rage in more ways. So one thing that I decided to do was add a couple Raging Worgens to the deck. Raging Worgens, you see their Enrage is a Wind Fury and +1 attack. They are a 3/3. If we cast a Raging Worgen and then cast Inner Rage on it, it will actually do 12 points of damage. It'll be a 6/3 and with Wind Fury. So it will be the same as having a Grommash, but we'll have it at drop 3 or 4 instead of drop 8 or 9. So he doesn't have a charge, obviously, so he has to survive a turn, but I thought that was a good change. The other change I made, in order to put him in, I took Leroy Jenkins out, as well as a Novice Engineer. We have pretty good draw power, so the Novice Engineer doesn't seem quite as necessary. Leroy Jenkins, I still think he's a good card. I just felt like the Raging Worgen was a better value for us. Plus, we tend to be a little weak in the early game, so I was trying to address that as well by putting in a 3-drop Raging Worgen versus a 4-drop Leroy Jenkins. The other change that I made was to switch out our Shield Slams for Whirlwind. So Shield Slam is a single minion direct damage ability. Considering that we have Execute as well as some other... we have a lot of damage between charge minions and whatnot, as well as 2 brawls. I didn't feel like we needed to have a Shield Slam, and instead I put in Whirlwind. Whirlwind, now notice it's 1 damage to all minions, so this gives us some enemy minion clear, but it also lets us trigger our Enrages. So we can do Raging Worgen, we can trigger Grommash as well, so it gives us other ways to trigger our Enrages. This deck may end up, I've sort of toyed with going for a... Evening Papa Smurf. I've sort of toyed with going for more of an Enrage deck than a Charge deck. I think a hybrid between the two might be good. I do want to keep this focused on Charge, but there's a lot of potential in the Warrior deck if you want to focus on Enrage instead. So that might be another option at some point, but that's the change that was made now. So Shield Slam, I'm out, Whirlwind in. The other change that I made is we had 2 Wolf Riders in this deck. So, whoops, I can't type Wolf Rider. So we had 2 Wolf Riders in this deck, which are great, 3 for 3/1. But we also had 2 Corcoran Elites, which are much better. They're a 4 for 4/3. And I felt like the Wolf Rider and the Corcoran Elite were filling the same role. The Wolf Rider just wasn't filling it as well. So given that we were weak early game, and given that we had no 1-mana minions, I decided to trade out for 2 Stone Tusk Boars. Stone Tusk Boar will let us do a couple things. It could potentially let us get a couple points of damage early if we draw it first. The other thing it can do is combo with an Execute. So we can either Whirlwind and Execute to kill a big minion, or we could Stone Tusk Boar and Execute to kill a big minion. So you're using 2 cards, but if they get some crazy, 12-12 questing adventure or something out there, then Stone Tusk Boar gives another form of removal. It gives us early game presence. So I felt like it fit a lot of our needs for this deck and some of the things we saw last night. So those are the changes, guys. Any questions about those? Any thoughts? Be curious to see what you guys think, but I think it'll make us have a better deck. We may be a little light on draw power, depending on if we can use our slams or not, but I think it'll be pretty good. Y'all are quiet in the chat tonight. It's unusual. Most people, I guess most folks don't like talking too much about the cards. They just want to see gameplay. So, let's get to the gameplay. The plan tonight is to try this deck out for at least 2 or 3 games. I would like to complete, or hopefully complete, the Paladin Arena we started last night. We also have 3 daily quests still pending, all of which do not include Paladins or Warriors. So I'm figuring we can play 2 to 3 games on the Warrior. We can play the Paladin Arena, and for there, and then hopefully we can play Warlock, Rogue, or Hunter Arena. So, all right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll play again a couple Warrior games, and we'll see how this deck goes. So we'll be playing Ranked Warrior. Well, I'm glad you appreciate the knowledge drop. Hopefully it's actually useful and makes sense. So we'll be playing Ranked Arena. We are now 1-star silver. I honestly don't even know what the rankings are. One thing I'll say about the interface in general, I do kind of wish you could click on things and learn more about them. You get these little pop-ups, but it's not always intuitive what everything means. For example, this X, if you didn't know that it meant play unranked, you would have to click it to find out, like that. So I think you learn it, but there could be little things they add. Blizzard has said that they're not doing much in the way of help files for this game. They think it's intuitive and straightforward enough. Hey Savage, how's it going? So they said they're not going to do much in the way of help files. That's actually part of the reason I made the Hearthstone 101 guide. You can check it out at hearthstone.com under the general discussion forums, which I think is a mistake, honestly. I feel like they should do more to help people learn the game and understand it without having to just sort of figure it out through the interface. So, that's the way it goes. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll pick our Warrior Charge deck. One thing to show you guys who didn't watch the stream last night, you can also play basic decks, which I think we may actually try some basic decks just for the hell of it at some point. But if you want to pick a deck that you made, and again, I don't think this is intuitive to people, you have to go to custom decks and then click your Warrior or your created deck. So, alright, let's play Warrior. So this is the first match of the night on the Warrior Ranked deck. I don't remember our overall record. I want to say we're 5-2 with this deck so far. I think we lost our last 2 games in a row, maybe last night, but we won 4 in a row before that. 5 in a row. Maybe it's 4, 2, and then 1. I can't remember. I will be cutting the videos up from last night, probably either tonight or tomorrow. Again, you can check it out at youtube.com/Starhoth, twitter.com/Starhoth, and obviously twitch.tv/Starhoth. Always a worthy opponent. Let me know if the stream is lagging at all. It seems to have occasional issues. Alright, so look, here we go. We got the Stone Tusk Boar like we were thinking about. Sunwalker is way too strong for early, but these first 2 cards are great. We'll Stone Tusk Boar first turn, Fiery War Axe second turn. We have a really good early game. I haven't looked at the Pirate deck yet. I saw that you sent it in, Master Coach. I'm definitely going to check it out at some point. So we have another Stone Tusk Boar as well. Alright, so the play here is pretty easy. We just Stone Tusk Boar out, get our 1 point of damage in, and now he'll be forced to deal with that next turn. The game is supposed to be out to the public before the end of the year. They have said that repeatedly, and they also they've stuck to their deadlines pretty well. Alright, so he didn't play anything, and he really couldn't on turn 1, so now we can drop our weapon. We put in even more early aggression. So this is a good start for us, obviously. 5 damage in the first 2 turns. As I mentioned on the stream before a few times, I will be taking viewer submitted decks at some point. We may do that some this weekend, we'll see. Alright, so, we're continuing along here. I'm tempted to go ahead and drop the other Stone Tusk Boar, and we can lay in 5 more points of damage. I don't see any reason not to do that. We could go ahead and trade and kill his token. You know what? I'm gonna... Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the other Boar. I am gonna go ahead and kill his token. I don't like leaving Paladin tokens on the board. And we're in a position of strength. So let's go ahead and keep that position of strength. So, I think, obviously, we drew them both, so that was lucky, but the addition of the Stone Tusk Boars have been good. So he's now coining up into a 4-drop. Let's see what he does. True Silver Champion, great weapon. I think he's actually going to attack the boar. Nope, he decided to attack us. That makes sense. Alright, this is good. Shield block, because we really are lacking some draw power right now. We don't really have anything else to play. Yeah, we can't do anything here. We obviously don't want to enrage our board and kill it. So I think shield block is the way to go. So again, really nothing to do here. We can't hero power, so we'll just attack for 1. And end our turn. Yeah, they're gonna add, I assume they will add other heroes as forms of expansions, probably. Similar to WoW. Guys, if you like the stream, please follow it. Please tell your friends about it. I'm doing some cross-promotion with some other streamers, so I've listed some recommended streamers below. Noxious, Easy Mod, as well as the folks at Hearthstone that I'm on staff with. Flux Flashor and Xdega. So check their streams out. Obviously, prefer you watch our stream whenever you can, but if you are looking for another stream to watch, I do recommend those guys. Alright, so this is good. I mean, we got another Fiery War Axe here. Next turn, we'll drop our Argent Commander. Now, he's going to probably keep a token this turn. I'd rather not kill it with the Fiery War Axe. So, we'll see how that goes. That might be a mistake. We could slam. I think the play here, though, is to go ahead and Fiery War Axe and armor up. And we'll end our turn. So we're in decent shape. We still have Taunt Minions in the deck, which we haven't pulled. Argent Commander's going to come out. Now, see, this is the problem with leaving the minion on the board. Now he's a 5/5. And now he's an 8/5. So, now I wish I had killed him. Again, this is the lesson of playing Paladins. Clear the minions when you can. I actually knew better, and I did it anyway, so that's alright. It'll be okay, though. We can slam him and draw a card and then kill him with the Argent Commander. We can't kill him with the Argent Commander because I still don't have enough mana. Let's think through this. I wish we could do... Let's see. I mean, we could execute him. Yeah, we could slam execute. That's probably the better play. And then drop our Novice Engineer for another card. Yes, Paladins are scary, that's for sure. Alright, let's slam him. And then we will execute. Now we have our Raging Worgen here, so this could get pretty interesting. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Raging Worgen this turn, because we could actually enrage him next turn, potentially for 12 damage if he doesn't clear him. And we'll end our turn. But even though that guy hit us for 8, we had 7 armor, so it didn't hurt us that bad. Still probably should have killed him. Yep. So he killed the Worgen, but that's fine. The thing about those Worgens is they are kind of like taunt minions in some sense because they always draw attention. Alright, so let's see. We could Argent Commander. I don't know that I want to use Whirlwind to kill his 1 token. Evening Cryax. But I think... I think we may have to do that. Let's draw a card and see what we get. Another Raging Worgen. So this isn't bad. Let's go ahead and drop the other Raging Worgen. We can use our Whirlwind next turn if we need to, or we can use Enrage to enrage him. But let's go ahead and drop him. And we can armor up. So, he may pull another big combo with this guy. He's got a ton of cards, so I kind of feel like That's what he's banking on. Cryax, we just started. This is the first game actually, so it's going okay. It's interesting. I think this paladin has built his deck around doing big damage. He's probably gonna kill the Worgen. That's fine. So he, he attacked with one minion and used a card. So it's basically it's not really a 2/2 because it was a token, but we're still not in bad position. So he's really playing a token deck more than anything else, I think, which is fine. We're gonna go ahead and drop our Argent Commander this turn. Yeah, we're gonna drop the Argent Commander. We will pop our shield to kill the token, and then we'll end our turn. Wow, he is all direct damage and draw power and tokens and buffs. Which actually we have a pretty good deck to deal with that because of all of our charge. He's going to start getting a little scary here. Yeah, I was going to say he'll probably start dropping some taunt. This could be interesting. Yeah. This is good for us. Sunwalker's a great draw for us. So let's think what we can do here. I don't know that I want to use so many cards to clear. We can get Sunwalker down. He can't trade evenly. We can Whirlwind first. Yeah, even Whirlwind and Cleave won't kill them both. So we could Whirlwind to clear the token and then Sunwalker and then armor up. I think that's the play. So let's Whirlwind first. And then Sunwalker. And then we'll armor up. Now we're running into a real card disadvantage problem here. I don't know that that's really so much a symptom of the deck. Although 2 cards at draw 9 is not good. I think it's more a symptom, frankly, if he's got a lot of draw power in his deck. He seems like everything he uses has a draw power component to it. So
put your faith in the light.
Tyrion Fordring. I wish Bronius was in the stream. That's his favorite card, I think. Honestly, I think Tyrion's a little overpowered. So he's a 6/6 for 8. He has Divine Shield, Taunt, and he has a Death Rattle that equips a 5/3 Ashbringer. That's a 15-point weapon for an 8-drop, which is crazy. So you see how it goes. All right, so we're kind of in a tough spot here. We can't use Cleave. If we Inner Rage, yeah, see, Inner Raging does us no good because he's not even going to be damaged when we pop the shield. He's also got Taunt. Wow, we're in a really tough spot here. Yeah, this card is nuts. We're in a tough spot. He's going to trade and kill next turn. Unfortunately, I think we just have to armor up. Well, if I use Inner Rage on him, it's not going to do any good because of his Divine Shield. He's still not going to take any damage, and we just end up wasting wasting Inner Rage. We need something to pop the shield first, but we don't have anything to do damage, so we really have no options, I'm sorry to say. Cleave I can't because it has to be 2 enemy minions on the board, unfortunately. Otherwise, that's what we would do. We would Cleave and then Inner Rage and kill him. So I think, unfortunately, we have to just call it a day. Yeah. It's a good deck. He's got early board clear. We put a lot of hurt on him, but, he's obviously... And look at all the draw power he's got. Now he's drawing 3 more cards. Yeah. This is not looking good for us. Okay, now we could use... Now, this will be interesting. He's probably gonna... Alright, so... This isn't terrible. We'll be able to... And we have Sinjin. Okay. So, we'll be able to Cleave and then execute Tyrion. Now he's going to get his 5/3 Ashbringer, which isn't great. And then we get Sinjin on. So it's not terrible for us. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're still not in terrible shape, but, this is the problem. He's got, what, like 9 cards? We have 1. So we really are in trouble with the card draw. We may have to consider swapping some card draw back in. I don't think taking Novice Engineer out hurt us all that much. But, you know, maybe we need an Acolyte of Pain, which would actually could work pretty well with this deck. You know, even though we're up basically 35 to 25, I'm not liking our chances right now, honestly. Generally, the person with more cards is in the advantageous position. And that was interesting. I guess he really wants to clear. Ooh, this is good. Iron Beak is great for us. Unfortunately, we can't do anything after that. Yeah, Paladin. Well, Paladin is strong. Iron Beak is good for us because he's going to clear all his buffs and his taunt. I mean, that's a good play. Unfortunately, we have no other plays, so we're just going to armor up again, and we really need to draw a Grommash at this point, honestly, or anything that'll let us draw a card, shield block, something. Yeah, Iron Beak Owl was nice. Oh, I think the cat's about to join us.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
We must cleanse
Yeah.
the Sunwell.
You know, I love the fact that we're playing Warrior, but as I mentioned a couple times before, I do think it's an underpowered hero at this point. 2 Enrages. Alright, so there's literally nothing we can do this turn. This is terrible. Okay, so maybe we're starting to see we really do need more draw power in this deck. We did have a really strong early game, but, you know, what do you do here? We can't even use any of these cards. It almost would be funny to Enrage the Iron Beak Owl, but, yeah, we're going to take, let's see, 12, 16 points of damage next turn.
I will crush you.
So, this is, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a draw power issue, or do you think we just got really unlucky? I'm not entirely sure which. I mean, we haven't, some of the cards we haven't seen. We haven't seen a second Sinjin. We haven't seen either Corcoran Elite, a Grommash, neither one, maybe one shield block. Yeah, I think there is some draw power issues. After this match, we'll go in and look at Acolyte of Pain. I think that may help us. He's a 3-drop. I like having the Stone Tusk Spores, but yeah, we're just going to lose here in a hurry. Yeah, you're probably right, Mana Hack. We really could use Brawl right now. We haven't gotten either Brawl either. Wow, that's game.
Well played.
Well, it's not game yet, I guess, but it's pretty darn close. There we go. Alright. Oh no, we have 1 health. Did he just let us live? I don't know if he did or not. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Let's just, you know what? We're just gonna...
For the War Chief.
Just because this is probably what I would have done if we weren't gonna die. I guess I could have enraged a second time. Would have been the only thing there.
Well played.
So... yeah, I think you're right, Papa Smurf there. He definitely... I don't know that he had any early minions, which is not a bad play for Paladins. I mean, look, they can make a token at will. So, they force you to deal with their token, or you risk them getting buffed. And so you're making bad trades, basically. Again, Paladins are a really strong class. So, yeah. So, that went not so great for us. Let's go look at the deck real quick. We'll open a pack as well. We usually we open a pack between every game. If you guys would like to donate towards the pack openings and the arena fees, the information is below on my channel page. Cool Taskmaster, something else. I think if we go the enrage side of the equation with the Warriors, we go Cool Taskmaster. Rest of the stuff is pretty straightforward. Alright, so let's look at our deck again real quick. So I think... So what I'm thinking about putting in is an Acolyte of Pain. We could use it to do damage. We can damage it with our own abilities as well as Whirlwind, which will let us draw. The other thing, instead of going for pure draw power, to go for more card advantage, would be something like Elven Archer. And you know what? Now that I think about it, Elven Archer is better than Stone Tusk Boar because you get the 1 damage from the charge, but that 1 damage, you don't take damage in return. So let's actually put the Elven Archer in instead of the Boar. I think the Elven Archer is a better thing there. Because, for example, you could drop the Elven Archer, kill the token, and then you don't have to worry about the Stone Tusk Boar. Or you can still do hero damage. So I think that's a better option. I kind of would like to get an Acolyte of Pain in. You know, I'm still thinking we should maybe only have 1 brawl instead of 2. Because I just don't know how many games we're gonna need 2 brawls. I don't know that I have golden Sinjins, do I? No, I don't have any golden Sinjins. Yeah. Oh, why didn't I make him golden? Yeah, I should. Alright, so let's think real quick. I think I'm gonna take 1 brawl out and trade it for an Acolyte of Pain. So it gives us a little more draw power in the deck. I like the Elven Archer instead of the Stone Tusk, so let's go with that. Alright guys, we'll go into our second game. Like I said, we'll do a few games of this and then we'll switch back to the Paladin Arena we've been running. Alright, so go back to our Warrior Charge deck. It's our second game with the Warrior Charge deck tonight. The first game did not go too well. We had great early game, but we played a Paladin who just relied on his minions for board presence. He used buffs to either clear or direct damage with draw power to stay ahead. It was a well-conceived deck that he had, and I think it really showed the weaknesses of our deck in terms of draw power. There's no way we could keep up.
Versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
So playing a Priest, I think honestly Priest Paladins and Druids are probably our toughest match because of healing. We need to sort of kill them and go. We're going to keep our Inner Rage Worgen combo earlier. Slam's a form of direct removal. You know what? I'm going to drop Slam. I don't know that I'm too concerned early game. Ironbeak Owl. We can always silence him if he gets something early that's scary. Elven Archer is even better. Great. So now we can drop the Elven Archer. We can do our 1 point of damage. And end our turn. So here the Elven Archer pretty much does the same thing as the Stone Tusk Boar would have done. But it did make a difference here. But had we dropped that on turn, say 2 or 3, the Elven Archer would have survived, whereas the Stone Tusk Boar might have died to a minion. So he passes back. We can't really do anything here. I don't think that we should drop the Ironbeak Owl just yet. Next turn, we'll drop the Raging Worgen. If he survives to turn 4, we'll do lots of damage. So
I'll give it a shot.
could drop the Owl to draw attention off the Worgen, but he's going to go after the Worgen if he has any way of killing it. So the other thing to do with the Worgen is to save it until we get a Sinjin, a taunt down. Which, you know, if we draw Sinjin right now, I might consider doing that. Yeah, I armored up. Getting better. So kind of a standard 2-drop play here to play Novice Engineer and draw a card. So I'm trying to think of the Priest direct damage removal. He could Mind Blast, but that'd be do 5 damage on a 3 minion, so I can't think of the other. I haven't played Priest much at all, so let's go and drop the Worgen and see if we can keep him for next turn. He can't trade directly, and in fact he won't trade here because he won't attack here because he'll just enrage him. I don't think he's gonna want to do that. We'll just keep putting damage in. So for those of you who haven't seen this yet, it's actually 10 points. I said 12 points in the preview, but I know it's 10 because so if the Worgen enrages. This will be interesting. I think he didn't attack because he didn't want to trigger the enrage. Let's see if he can clear it. So if we can, well, we have a taunt minion. He has a taunt minion out, but that's okay. We'll get one attack in on the taunt minion, and we'll hit him for 5. let's see. Well, actually, you know what? We can attack first. Yeah. Oh, Owl. Yep, you're right. Owl's a smart play. I'm so focused on the taunt. Yep, Owl and armor up. I like that play for sure. So we silence the taunt. We're going to enrage the Worgen. And then now he's got 12 points of damage coming to his face. And there's the power of that Raging Worgen card and why I wanted to put it in the deck. And since we already have our second Enrage, we could actually do the exact same thing next turn if we wanted to, and he has no taunt down, So we see the power of that combo now. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Enrage, it triggers whenever your minion is below max health. If your minion gets back to max health, he loses the Enrage. So one thing the priest could have done there, if he had a heal, he actually could have healed the Worgen and it would have gotten rid of the Enrage. You can never get above 10 mana, and there are cards that cost more than 10, but they have things that reduce their mana cost. Molten Giant is the one in particular I'm thinking about. It may be the only one. It costs 1 less mana for each 1 less health that you have. So, alright, so we need to get some board presence down. Unfortunately, we haven't pulled a Sinjin or anything to really do that. So the only real play here is to shield block and draw a card. Ironbeak Owl will give us some board presence. We can't really do much here. Yeah, all the giants, I think, maybe more than 10. We could play the Ironbeak Owl. I don't really want to silence the taunt. I'd rather save it for when we get a charge minion out. So I think really the only play is to armor up, and we're just going to take the damage. But we have 10 armor, so that's one way this deck kind of works is, you know, we get a lot of armor up. We're going to take some hits, but hopefully we get a Brawl or a Whirlwind or Executes. So he's probably going to heal here to draw a card. He's only got 1 mana. He's just going to hit us in the face for 5. But again, it's all armor. So we're still in good shape. So we'll drop Sunwalker this turn. Ooh, Argent Commander. Well, we don't want Argent. I'd rather get the taunt down with Sunwalker. We can't silence. Although, let's think about this. 4-3 versus a 4-5. Because we could charge in the Sinjin and kill him with Execute. I think that's a bit overkill. And I'd rather, yeah, I don't want to trade. Okay, so we're going to go Sunwalker. Now, he may have a silence, which would not be so great, but we'll see. We'll end our turn. So the reason I didn't play Argent Commander there is because he can trade and kill it with his Sinjin if he wanted to. Also, the charge doesn't really clear anything except the Patriarch, which I'm not too overly concerned about. You know, next turn, if we still have board control, we may drop the Ironbeak Owl, silence the taunt, and then probably start killing some of his minions off. Alright, so he popped the shield. And I'll see what he's going to do. Probably Mind Blast. I think that's 5 damage. Oh, he almost Mind Blasted himself. Did you guys see that? Those of you who watched the stream for quite a while, you may remember the mage that fireballed herself. I also used Shiv on myself one time, so I can't say too much. Alright, so we really need to clear that cleric. I think what we'll probably do... Oh, no, he's got another taunt minion down. Alright, Slam is not bad here. Alright, so we don't have enough to Slam and Argent Commander. We really... You know what? I might just silence the cleric. I'm less concerned about the taunt than I am the cleric at this point. So we could Shield Slam and draw a card, and then we could Execute. and take out the cleric. We can't do all of that in one turn. I think we'll probably go ahead and execute the Sinjin. Oh, we can't kill the minion. Ah. Alright, yeah. We're going to execute her. She's not damaged. Damn it. Urgh. Well, I could slam and execute and Argent Commander. And Argent Commander for Sinjin is probably the play. Alright, that's what we're going to do. Nope, not Ironbeak Owl. Grab the wrong card. Let's see. Let's get a little more board presence. I've miscounted my mana, but that's okay.
I hope you like my invention.
Oh, Corcoran Elite won't be bad next turn. Let's go ahead and silence out one Sinjin, the Sinjin. Could have just silenced the Cleric. That's probably the better play. I didn't do that as well as I wanted to, honestly. Because if I silenced the Cleric, then could have removed one of the top minions instead. So I should have played that differently. Are you guys seeing stream lag? I'm still getting stream lag for some reason. Alright, you know what, guys? I'm gonna kill something that should help my frame rate for the stream. I'm not gonna be able to see the stream though, so I need you guys to tell me if it's lagging or anything. So Brawl would be really nice right now. Alright, we have another Corcoran Elite. Let's see, so what trades can we do here? Well, let's see. So we can Argent Commander and take out let's see. It doesn't really matter how we do this. So we can enrage the Argent Commander, but then he'll lose his Divine Shield. So I'd rather a Corcoran Elite and kill this guy. Argent Commander kill the other taunt.
What now?
Two elites. The problem is two elites won't kill him, and I'd rather get the Argent Commander into play. Although, well, you know what? It's not going to make a difference. Yeah, except the Argent Commander will still be full health. Enrage the taunt minion, and then kill it with Argent Commander. That's not a bad idea. I like that, actually.
Job's done.
So the next turn we're going to have 8 points of damage to put down. Let's see what he does. He can probably heal. Well, he can definitely heal. To heal up and trade here. Not terrible. I mean, it's good play by him, but he had to use a card plus a minion. So, we already got one minion out of that guy. Wow, this is a taunt deck. Whoever said that called it right. We really need to draw our Brawl or Silence. Again, we're running into draw power issues here. Oh, there's Brawl. Okay, so hopefully we Brawl and only the Patriarch comes out. And then we can drop a Corcoran Elite and charge through. So let's see what happens. We have a 30% chance of being really good. Ah, damn. Well, that did not work. You know, charging him won't do any good, except we could kill him next turn with a with a legendary, with a execute. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Corcoran just to get board presence. Maybe he'll trade, in which case we're not taking 6 points of damage. But we're running out of cards again. So, you know, maybe we really do need more early draw power. Maybe the Novice Engineer needs to come back in. I don't know if there's any other warrior draw cards I'm not thinking about. We may just add, we honestly may need to add some more taunt to the deck. I thought about adding a Shield Bearer, which is a 1 mana cost. So, all this draw power is killing us from all these minions. Yeah, warriors don't really have any good draw power minions. We could go Gadgetzan Auctioneer, perhaps. Um, I will say, though, we played Paladin and Priest. You know, this deck is probably best against, like, Warlocks, Rogues, maybe Shamans, but really Warlocks, Rogues. Alright. So, yeah. Can play both our minions. We'll force him to probably attack and armor up. I think that's really our only play here. And now we're top decking again, so we do really seem to be having draw power issues with this deck. I really like the Raging Worgen combo, though.
Must consider.
On the other hand, it is still 32 to 15, but he's starting to get some big damage out, and we already used one brawl. Actually, we only have one brawl, right? So, not feeling too good about our chances, and we're top decking.
For the king!
Yeah, we do have issues clearing the board. I think that's right. Not, you know, but this deck is really not built around clearing the board. The silences are really meant to get rid of the taunt, and then just keep doing damage to the hero. So, unfortunately, we were never able to really do that. And we did get our Raging Worgen. Look at all the draw power now. This is getting ridiculous. How do we end up against two massive draw power decks? That's what I want to know. Well, we got Sinjin. Not terrible, but he won't survive the night. He's got an interesting choice here. He could send two minions in, do a 2-for-1 with Sinjin to keep his big minion up. He'll probably just kill him straight out. He's got so many cards. I'm sure he's got a Mind Blast tucked around in there somewhere. Or Mind Control. Alright. So, we definitely see the weakness of this deck. I kind of want to add more draw power, but I kind of want to add a shield bearer too, so I don't know. There's really nothing we can draw at this point, but we'll just play it out. Huh, Grommash, great.
Job's done.
Is Battle Rage the one that lets you draw for damage minions? I think it is. That's not a bad idea. I think you're right. I think we don't need two whirlwinds in the game. All right, now he's just showing off. I don't know why he just doesn't attack and finish it. 6, 8, 10, 13, 16, 18. He's got enough to finish it, so. Battle Rage might be good. Alright, we'll take a look at that real quick. So we leveled up. Didn't get anything for our level, though. I don't think we get anything more until level 20, so. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Excuse me. Alright, so let's go back and let's open a pack real quick. Tauren Warrior, actually, you know, Tauren Warrior might not be bad in place of the Raging Worgens. The Raging Worgens are such great possible attack cards, but, you know, Tauren Warrior wouldn't be bad either, and he gives us some more taunt and early game protection, so. Alright, so let's look at this deck again. So, we could drop the Whirlwind. Let's look at Battle Rage. I think, can you just put in draw? Yeah, draw does. Okay, so yeah, Battle Rage. That's actually a really good idea. The other draw power cards, Cult Master, I'm not a huge fan of. Acolyte of Pain, we already have 2 in. Gadgerstan Auctioneer, we don't have a ton. We have some spells. So we drop a Whirlwind, add a Battle Rage. I like that. I like that play. Raging Worgen. You know, we could drop the Raging Worgens for the Tauren Warriors we talked about. It gives us two more taunt minions. It gives us a little more protection, so we can use our shield minion, our charge minions more. What do you guys think? Do you think we should keep the Raging Worgens or trade them out for Tauren Warriors? Any thoughts? Or do you guys just really want to play Paladin Arena and don't care about Warrior? Yeah, there's the... You're talking about Cold Light Oracle? Whoop. Yeah, we could get Cold Light Oracle. I'm not a huge fan of giving the other player more draw power. Alright, you know what? Let's try this. Let's try... So maybe 1 Tauren Warrior and 1 Raging Worgen. It's not a bad idea. Alright. Let's try it this way. And we'll play a game like this. Try to play 2 more, maybe, well, it's only 45 minutes in, so we'll do maybe 3 more games with this deck, unless we get really sick of it. Alright, so this is the next game with the Warrior Constructed deck. We've been tweaking it some. We're adding in a little more taunt, some draw power, which seems to be our major issue. So hopefully we'll do a little bit better. The deck worked really well yesterday, but frankly we were playing lower level players. So we're probably starting to meet players that can do good work against us. Alright, so I think I said before that the 3 heroes that we'd have the hardest time with were Druids, Paladins, and Priests, and that's what we've had so far. Alright, I like Sinjin as turn 4. This is not a bad start for us. We'll drop Argent Commander. I do think, and Acolyte of Pain's good too. I do think, guys, you'll see we're going second here. I'll tell you, as much as I've been playing, I'd be curious to go back and look at the stream. I bet I win from second more often than I do from first place. From first turn, rather. So we could coin into the Engineer or into Armor or into Fiery War Axe. You know what? Coining the Fiery War Axe is not a bad idea. You know what? I actually like that. So let us do 3 points of damage, 6 points of damage in the first 2 turns. Next turn we can drop our Novice Engineer and draw a card. We can also drop Shield Block next turn, as well as Acolyte of Pain to draw cards. So he uses hero power there, which gives him 1 armor and 1 attack for that turn only. Alright, so let's drop our Novice Engineer.
You like my invention. We'll
draw a card. Elven Archer, that's going to be good. Now what we'll probably do is save that Elven Archer for when he drops a 1 health minion, so we can trade for it with the Elven Archer. Is the lag better on the stream, guys? Are you seeing any lag? Alright, good. So he innervated and did swipe, which is a really good play. Wow, that's a lot of cards. Innervate gives him 2 mana crystals this turn, so he really wanted to clear. Honestly, I think that was a pretty aggressive play just to deal with the Novice Engineer. So we have 2 Elven Archers now. We also could shield block. You know, here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop the Acolyte of Pain. So if he doesn't clear it next turn, we can drop our Elven Archer and actually hit our Acolyte of Pain to draw a card. So in the meanwhile, we still have a minion on the field and can do some damage. So Hearthstone.com is the website. Please tell folks about the stream. If you like the stream, well, he's silenced. That was a good move. If you like the stream, please follow, and follow me on Twitter as well. Alright, so that was a good move. Now we don't get any draw from the Acolyte of Pain. So sad. Let's see. Well, turn 4, I think we go ahead and play Sinjin. And we just do 1 point of damage with the Acolyte. And we'll end our turn. So we're in decent shape here. We're ahead in cards. We're even on health. We have a little better board presence, and we have really good clear, so... So he uses a Starfall to clear Sinjin. 2 points of damage. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Alright, so let's see what we want to do here. Kind of don't want to play the Owl yet till we have something good to silence. Let's shield block and see what we get. Alright, so we have Slam. You know, we can Slam. That would have been great if he hadn't silenced our minion. We could slam our own minion, but... thinking if I want to slam his Keeper of the Grove. I think I do. Because then next turn we can kill him with the Elven Archer if we want to. Alright, and then we will attack. And end our turn. So we're in good shape. We have a lot of low-cost cards. That might be the other reason we're having card problems too, is because we have a lot of low-cost cards. Our mana curve might have gotten off kilter. So, all right. So we have an Execute out, which will can deal with the Sunwalker. Let's see. 4. I'm tempted to Whirlwind here. We can Whirlwind. Elven Archer, Execute. Oh, we could Silence. What am I thinking about? Silence. Yep. Yep. That's why we save the Silence, right? Alright, so... Yeah, we can... I'd rather save the Execute for a bigger minion. Well, yeah, we'll do it. We could use it on the Sunwalker. Alright, we're gonna Whirlwind. I shouldn't have done that first. That was bad. I should have Whirlwinded first before he played that, probably. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do.
One shot, one kill.
Probably could have done that better. Could have Whirlwinded first. God, now she got another one. I have to go back. I'll probably go back and look at that on the video to see if we could have done that better. Probably could have. Alright, so we can't use Cleave. We get Sinjin out for some more board presence. We need to go ahead and pop the shield. So maybe next turn we can cleave it down. So let's go ahead and trade one of our archers for the shield. And then we'll armor up. And we'll end our turn. So we're getting back even on cards, pretty even on health, although we have armor. We have decent board position. But, so see, this is the... I really think Blizzard's going to have to think about a lot of these cards. So... For druids and paladins and warlocks in particular, a lot of their direct damage spells also let you draw a card. It's not true for mages. It's generally not also true for rogues as much, although Shiv comes to mind. I think that's pretty overpowered. If you get to do damage and draw a card, yeah. Alright, so... Well... See, if we enrage our warrior... He'll have... Let's see, 5 attack. And he can kill the Sunwalker. So I think that's the play.
What now? My ancestors watch over me. Give that minion a turn to get ready.
Oh, well, you can't. Well, now he can't leash trade with it. That's what I meant. I will end the turn. I kept thinking he had charge. But, you know, he'll be enraged this turn. Could have done it next turn, so should have done that in different order. I was doing so well last night, and tonight, not so much. No, he's going to take 5 damage for doing that, so that's not terrible. We really need to play a second minion so we can try to cleave and take out. See, again, 5 damage, draw a card. So powerful. Yeah, so we're really losing board control. Okay. Oh, this'll work. We'll clear the board. Let's draw first. Too bad we don't have 1 more mana to cleave and Sunwalker. That's okay. We'll go ahead and cleave. Oh, Thalanos. Let's try and figure out how he got a card. Alright, so... Still not in the best of position, honestly. Draw 8 health, is that... Restore 8 health and draw 2 cards. So many powerful druid cards, it's ridiculous. Well, we gotta get the Sunwalker down. You know, we can shield block as well, so let's shield block first. Maybe we'll draw a good card. So we drew Cleave. Cleave will kill the Fairy Dragon. I'd rather get Sunwalker down for board presence. Now, hopefully he doesn't have a Silence. Which, I know he played with a card earlier that Silence. He may also have an Iron Beak Owl or something out there. So he's going to pop the shield and... Okay. He's going to attack with his hero, I think. Yeah. So he's trading... Oh, okay. That's smart. That was really good. That was good. Alright, so we have Grommash. Enrage. Y'all see the bug there? It doesn't say what his Enrage gives him. It's 6 attack, by the way. So unfortunately we can't enrage him. But you know, we really don't have any other play. So I think we play him. He's gonna at least draw attention. And we'll end our turn. So, you know, this deck is definitely starting to struggle a bit. I'm starting to wonder, you know, we had it really built around a core pure aggression charge at the beginning, and we've started to dilute that a little bit. My experience has been that when you make a deck, you really need to have a solid theme or goal behind it. Oh, I didn't attack with the charge, did I? Damn it. I was talking too much. Yeah, that was I was talking too much. Sorry. That's the first misplay of the night. I actually don't know that it's going to make a difference. It's 4 damage. We're probably going to lose anyway, but no, I absolutely should have. So we could brawl. That's a lot to kill one minion. We could cleave, which will kill one minion, and get our rage and Worgen down. So I think that's the play. Get our Worgen down, armor up. Yeah, I got thinking about the next turn with Grommash and forgot to attack with him, so bad play. Well, you can't always wait till job's done, but you're right. Generally, that's a good tip. The reason you can't is because sometimes you'll have spells that you don't want to cast, but you still can, in which case it doesn't say job's done. And frankly, I don't necessarily hear the job's done over the game music and me talking sometimes, so. Well, unfortunately, there's not much we can do here. It's going to be GG. Brawling. Well, we could get lucky on the brawl. That's really our only chance. Well, we can clear. Yeah, we'll have to do that. Let's think here. He'll kill him, so he can't get a benefit from the enrage. We did win a game last night with the Warrior. We were at 1 health, but we're not in good of a position, as good of a position here, I would say.
I must safeguard the land.
Yeah, that's gonna be go. We're gonna be down to 1 again. Execute. Well, this is interesting. We can execute his minion after enraging. Who knows? Maybe we'll pull out another. Yeah, Papa Smurf. I think Warriors have potential. You know, again, I think we've tweaked the deck a little bit away from its core, and maybe that's why. That's still. Yeah, he can do 3 damage. That's game.
Well played. Well played.
So, GG. Trying to think what we could do different there with the deck. We never got any of our draw power going yet again. I don't want to put more draw power in. I feel like we have plenty. I think we just got a little unlucky again with the draw. But at some point when you say you're unlucky 3 times in a row, yeah, he did. He did kill the minions just to troll a little bit. We got an epic spellbender. It's a good mage spell. Yeah, it summons a target when the enemy casts a spell on a minion. So, you know, I don't want to add more draw power. I feel like we're really getting away from the core of the deck. We never got battle rage. So, you know, our mana curve is pretty low here, which is also probably why we're having draw power issues. You know, one thing we can do, we could go Gadget Sand Auctioneer for more draw power and a minion. I think now that we have all these low cost, few low cost minions in the deck, actually we'll trade the no. Oop, I didn't mean to trade a shield block out. I think I will put a Gnomish Inventor in. Same thing as the Novice Engineer, but it's a 4-drop with more health. So we have a little bit more board presence in the mid game. Otherwise, I don't really know there's anything I would change. I still think we could do. I still think we could stand the Shield Bearer for some early taunt. Well, yeah, Loki. So here's kind of what I'm doing with this deck. I really want to keep it focused on charge and early aggression. I think we could make a weapon center deck, and that might be a better warrior deck. We might do that next for another night. We could also make an enrage center deck, in which case we wouldn't need it. So we could drop the archer. You guys want to drop one archer? You know what I would drop him for, though? is either is a Stormpike Commander who does something similar, but he's a 5-drop. You want to try for a weapon? I don't think we actually put weapon. Yeah. We could go Arathi Weaponsmith, actually. But again, we're really getting away from the point of the deck. I like the early aggression. I really do. In fact, I think if we're going to drop an Elven Archer, I'd like to add in a maybe a Bluegill Warrior to add more charge back into the deck, and it gives us a 2-drop. Let's try this. We'll give this one more go, and if it fails miserably again, we'll just probably play Paladin Arena, or we might tweak it. But I feel like we're starting to see the real weaknesses in this approach. Although we did really well with it last night, I have to say. We also had a couple misplays in there, but don't think they cost us any game for sure. What day on viewer decks? I'm not sure yet, Master Coach. Another Druid. I'm not sure yet. I'll post in the schedule when I make a decision. So Sunwalker's too much for this early. Raging Worgen. This could be really nice. We have our early combo. So we'll confirm. I do think adding a Shield Bearer who's a 1 mana 0/4 taunt minion might not be a bad idea. Just to get behind some of our early damage. Well, there's our first Battle Rage. So we could coin into nothing except armor. So I don't think that's a good idea. So we'll just end our turn. So for those of you who haven't seen this, Raging Worgen plus Inner Rage will actually let us do 12 damage with the Worgen. So it'd be great if we can use that on turn 4. Alright, so we got our Bluegill Warrior. Let me go ahead and drop him and get our 2 points of damage in. And the problem with the charge deck, and the reason why I think you don't see more of it, is all the charge minions, with a couple of exceptions, have 1 health or 2 health. So you charge, you do your thing, and then they get killed by direct damage like that. So, and he draws a card. So I don't know that it's really the best way to go. Let's see here. So we can Raging Worgen. Go ahead and get him out now. That'll force him to deal with him. Otherwise, we're going to hit him for 12. So let's do that. Hopefully we'll get Sinjin next turn, and we can get our taunt on the board. What are you talking about, Uragash? Well, yeah, you're right. They are spells, but with board presence, talking about charge minions. No, I agree, but the problem is that board presence and board control becomes so important. It really does. We don't have any minions to drop. Wow. Well, I think we just Fiery War Axe and armor up. Yeah, I could have coined into Worgen. That might have been a good idea. Instead of Bluegill, yeah. That might have been a better idea. Although I don't think it still would have mattered unless he happened to draw that card in the turn in between, because he still would have killed him with direct damage. Alright, so we really need we maybe actually be lacking minions in this deck too. So let's see. We probably need to go ahead. I would say coin up, but we don't really have. We can Inner Rage our Corcoran Elite. Coining doesn't really give us anything though, except perhaps a armor.
For the
I think we'll go ahead and enter rage, get our damage in. And plus that way, if he stays on the board for a little longer, we can use battle rage perhaps and get cards for him. Alright, so he's going to innervate. Again, an OP card. I mean, look at this. Turn 6, he has an 8/8 minion with taunt. How ridiculous is that? So, unfortunately, there's not much we can do here. We can't cleave. We could slam and draw a card. And then we could battle rage to draw 2 cards. Yeah, I think that's the best play. Nice, execute. Perfect. That's the card that we needed. Alright, so, I'm saving the battle rage. I could have used it there, but I think we'll have a chance to get more cards later. So I chose not to. Now we can attack. And armor up. And we're in pretty decent card shape right now anyway. Yeah, we got a little bit of the heart of the cards there. I'm actually thinking about, well, I'll tell you guys about that later. I think I may make a night called Heart of the Cards, and I have an idea for it. And no, it is not a 0 draw power deck, although that would be interesting. Could be a challenge, make the best deck we can with 0 draw power. So that Corcoran Elite's really done some work. Silencing him does no good. The charge has already been used, so that Corcoran Elite's put in... This is going to be 13 points of damage, I think, so... Alright, so we have Gnomish Inventor. Again, we don't really have anything good to coin into for 8 mana. Although we could... Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste an attack on that guy. We could Whirlwind. No, I don't like that either. Let's see what we get from the draw. Gnomish Hellscream, nice. So we'll get Gnomish going here soon. We can Grommash, I said Gnomish. Grommash, and then we can Whirlwind him to enrage him. So I think we just attack and armor up. We're still in pretty good position here. Those of you who've watched the stream in the past, you may have seen I'm probably a little more reluctant to use the coin than I should. I've had a couple games where I end up having the coin at the end of the game, so... Wow, look at this. 16 points of damage incoming. I mean, that's a 2-card combo. Savage Roar and Force of Nature that you can do nothing to stop. So, yeah. But we're gonna we can't Grommash Whirlwind because of we don't have enough mana. Oh wait, coin. We have coin. So we are going to get Grommash out. We're gonna coin. We're gonna Whirlwind. And then GG. Alright, so, yeah. So keeping the coin definitely was the reason that we won that game there. So that deck worked much better that time, obviously. We finally got some of our draw power in. What was the suggestion instead of Bluegill Warrior? Someone had a suggestion that I thought was good. Well, so I pretty much talk out loud, so I would always be looking through my hand to see what I had. What did you guys say instead of the Bluegill Warrior might be a good choice? I can't see it on the chat. I'll go ahead and open a pack real quick. We have Mortal Strike as our rare this time. It's a pretty decent, it's a good warrior card. It can really turn a game at the end. I think it's so situational though. Alright, somebody made a good suggestion instead of the bluegill, and now it's killing me because I can't find it. Oh well. Alright, so we will play this one more time, and then we'll probably do our switch to our Paladin Arena deck. Let's see. We could drop the bluegill for what? Another Acolyte of Pain. Well, the way we deal with minions is we have Brawl, we have Execute, we have good single minion removal as well as bulk removal and taunt. But you're right, it's always the issue. The issue with a charge-oriented deck. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trade out the Archer for a Goldshire Footman. It'll give us some early taunt. Let's try this. So hopefully the early taunt will let us get our Raging Worgen down and alive for one turn, which is all we really need. Alright guys, so we'll play this one more time probably. And then if you guys want, we'll switch to Paladin Arena. Otherwise, we'll stick with the Warrior deck. But that was a good game for us. I felt like we were in control the whole time. He had that one good combo where we had no taunt on the board. But other than that, not too shabby. If you guys have any questions about the game or the rules or anything, type them in chat. I'll try to answer them. I like Fiery War Axe early. I think we keep Sinjin for the taunt. I'll drop the Corcoran for now. I don't usually keep a 4-drop at the beginning, but Sinjin is so strong. It's one of the few that I will keep. Alright, so nothing turn 1. We'll end our turn.
Mind if I roll knee?
Pretty aggressive play there. And we can respond with the silence, so it really wastes... Is Doomsayer all classes? Yes, I believe Doomsayer is a neutral card. So she coined up to try to get the draw power and get the minion down, but now with the silence, that ends up being a good trade for us. So we'll end our turn. Alright, so we could Fiery War Axe and clear her minion off, or we could Shield Block up and draw a card. I tend to like Fiery War Axe here, although Shield Block is 3 mana and gets us a card. We're going to take 3 damage next turn and another 2.
What now?
You know what? Let's kill this guy. So that way he doesn't get to hit us twice. And turn 4 we'll have Sinjin, so we'll start to take some more board presence. Well, I'm assuming she's going to use all her mana, otherwise she should have buffed. Okay, that makes sense. So, you know, we don't really need Sinjin yet. We can Bluegill Warrior and trade, and then armor up and attack her for 3, and then drop Sinjin next turn. So... So next turn, we'll probably what I'd like to do actually is if she plays a couple low-cost minions that we can cleave, that would be great, and then we can shield block as well. Seems like she's a pretty... This is not a very minion-oriented rogue deck, which is not unusual. So, yeah. So we have Inner Rage, which is good. We have a lot of synergy off that later. I'm going to go ahead and get Sinjin down, so she can't keep attacking us with the rogue. And then that'll be it for this turn. We have both Sinjin, so we have a good defensive posture. It'd be great if we could draw that Raging Worgen now.
Ready, sir.
Alright, so we have Execute. We can do some trades here. But she can't trade straight with either one of with the Sinjin, so... And we can cleave, actually. We could cleave Execute to clear the board. I think I'd rather just cleave and shield block, honestly. So let's shield block first. See what we get. Sunwalker, that'll be good. So we have lots of taunt this time around. Let's go ahead and cleave. We're guaranteed to kill one minion. And then we can trade here to clear the board. And then she'll probably kill this minion next turn, but we have another Sinjin or a Sunwalker to drop, so we're in pretty good, decent shape. So Fan of Knives, 3 mana to kill 1 minion and draw a card. Not a horrible outcome for us. I was gonna say we could use some draw power, but she has no minions, so. Well, we could go and get Sunwalker out, but Sinjin is only one less attack. So I would actually prefer to Sinjin and armor up, I think. So we really, you know, if we could draw a Raging Worgen or Grommash would be nice. So we could Inner Rage. So interesting. Alright, so Sunwalker does 4. Slam will do 2. And together we'll kill that minion. So I like that play. Interesting. So we could execute and save our Divine Shield, but I'm actually okay because I want to get the Sunwalker down. That's right, he doesn't have charge. I forget. I think keep thinking Sunwalker has charge, not taunt, so that's all right. So he still can't trade. Well, he can't really trade well either way here. We could Inner Rage and kill him. We could Inner Rage and kill the Stormwind Champion. We can't execute. You know what? I'm just gonna attack. I like that play better. He'd have to have like he's got 2 taunt minions on the board, so he's gonna have to use a lot of cards for removal. Or a lot of silence. But he's going to need 2 silences, or silence and 1 attack. So, well, Assassinate is a good card, but still, it's a card and an attack to clear. And next turn we'll execute that guy. Even if he buffs him, we'll still execute him. So actually, that worked out pretty good for us. We're starting to lose board control again, though. So this is interesting. We really need to draw a card. There's no way we can draw 2 cards. So I think we just battle. If we cleave, it'll kill the Voodoo Doctor, so it doesn't give us 2 cards, and we don't need 2 cards to kill that guy. So I hate to use Battle Rage just to draw 1 card. But I think it's what we need to do here. We got Grommash. Alright. So next turn we're going to put in a lot of damage. So we can now... We could execute and cleave to clear his board. It's probably not a bad idea. Alright, so if he doesn't put taunt minions down, then we could, we're gonna do 12 points of damage next turn.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Did I forget to armor up? Yeah. Alright, so... So we whirlwind first.
What now?
Well, let's go ahead and play Grommash for sure.
Taste my
And then... I was thinking about whirlwinding first. Probably should have, but I was just miscounting my mana. I was worried about. I'm playing really bad tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not sure why, but I am.
what now?
No, you can only enrage once. Enrage is like a single buff.
Job's done.
Enrage basically means that as long as your character is below max health, it will have whatever the rage effect is. If it gets healed back to max health, then yeah, I'll say probably another assassinate here. If it heals back to max health, it loses the enrage effect.
Someone called for the
So we really need to draw something. Brawl would be nice. Well, Whirlwind Execute. You know what? I take that back. We'll clear the board next turn, but we're again out of cards. Well, Corcoran will be good. Let us drop 4 more damage in. All right, so let's Whirlwind. I'm not gonna execute yet because I'm still worried about having a big minion out there. You know what? I take that back. Screw it. Let's just take as much of the board as we can.
job's done.
Yeah, I probably should not have executed there. I don't know. I still think taking the board control is the way to go.
I hope you like my invention.
She's trying to probably have Shiv. See, again, this is what I'm talking about with, you know, rogues and druids and all. So many classes have deal damage and draw card abilities. The classes that don't have those really fall behind. Which is primarily mages, warriors, who else maybe? Alright, Raging Worgen, unfortunately, is just going to trade with Sinjin. But I think we have to get some board presence down, so... Hunters.
Job's done.
Yeah, hunters have other tricks up their sleeves.
Don't mess with Tusker.
So this is gonna start getting ugly in a hurry. We really need Brawl. Starting to regret taking that second Brawl out. Alright, so... Well, here's the thing. We really need to draw a card. I would normally want to kill the Cult Master or Sinjin, but we really need to draw a card, and our only choice is that minion. Inner Rage does us no good. We could have picked off one minion with Inner Rage, but I think I'd rather save it and hopefully we get some combo. So again, we see with this deck, we have a good early to mid game, and then if we can't punch through, we just kind of fall off. I think taking the second brawl out was a mistake, honestly. The deck worked better last night with the second brawl in it. So all the tweaks we've made, I think the deck actually worked better before, so... Alright, so we can get a taunt down. In a rage won't do any good. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's definitely an early to mid-game deck, for sure.
May my ancestors watch over me.
Yeah, I think we are done.
Well played.
Alright, well... I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm ready to play some Paladin Arena. What do you think? I think we had a pretty decent run with the Warrior. I think the concept of the deck is still okay, but... Oops, I don't want to play again. Let's open a pack. Oh, we did get a legendary. Yeah, no, I think Loki 22. I think you're right. Again, I kind of wanted to try this deck as a concept. I do think that keeping a couple charge minions, and then maybe going Warsong Commander and going more the Enrage route is probably the stronger Warrior meta to play. So we'll save that for the next time we revisit Warrior, but I think for now we are done. Alright guys, let's see, in 1 second I'm going to change the channel page to say that we're playing Paladin Arena, and then we'll get into that. Let's see here. Alright guys, I am going to take a 30-second break, 30-second or minute break. When we get back, we'll be playing our Paladin deck, which is 3-1. So I will be back in a second. Alright guys, I'm back. So this will be our game, let's see. This is game 5 in the Paladin series. We're 3-1 so far. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better than we have with our Warrior deck tonight. I honestly don't remember much about this Paladin deck. I probably should have looked at it first. Other than I thought it was pretty decent when we played it last night, obviously. I do think at some point, maybe, you know, in a week or two, if people are still interested in watching, we'll probably revisit the Warrior deck. My plan is to try to take a constructed deck, maybe one a week, and give it a try, so.
Uther versus.
Not a built-in excuse, just reality.
Fight with honor.
Alright, so, again, I like Sinjin turn 4. I think we'll drop the Stormwind Knight. And we drew something bigger. Alright, so, there's not much we can really coin into here. I actually, I tried this before and it worked pretty well. So we're going to Blessing of Wisdom his minion. So now he has to think about whether to attack or not. This actually can get us quite a few cards, and we'll be losing health, but we'll be gaining cards, so. We had a Warlock game 2 nights ago that I think I should have done that, and it would have been a better play against early aggression. Yep. So, you know, his Mana Worm is also a really good minion, so that stopped the attack, so it's somewhat worth it. Mana Worm is a good early minion for mages. So probably turn 3 will coin into Sinjin. We don't have anything to take out that Mana Worm yet. We're going to save that Sun Fury Protector, I think. We could coin into Magma Rager, which he'll probably trade. I don't really like coining the Magma either. You know, we're just going to get a token down.
Reporting for duty.
Start getting some board presence. He might decide to trade with his Murloc. So Arcane Intellect to draw a card, so now we're back pretty close to even. We're ahead 1 because of the coin. Nice, so we get to draw a card. Guess he finally decided it was okay for us to draw a card. True Silver Champion is nice. Tempted to coin in the True Silver Champion, although we could actually token up and drop our Sun Fury Protector. But we can't token and do, never mind. We could coin and do that. Tempted to coin and do that. That'll give us 2 taunt minions he has to deal with. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Reporting for duty.
Shields up.
Yeah, we'll kill the worm shortly. Probably next turn we'll equip the True Silver and start taking it out, probably with a couple minions. Although we still have Humility, so if the Mana Worm does get crazy, we can always cast Humility on it. So again, we keep drawing cards from the Murloc. So we got 2 cards from the Murloc. We chose not to deal 1 damage. Oh yeah, we could have attacked the yeah, you're right. I was thinking he had taunt down. I don't know why I'm playing so bad tonight, guys. Last night, I didn't have any misplays almost the entire night. Tonight, I'm just all over the place. Don't know why, but it's not good. Alright, so...
Let me think.
Kind of want to get our True Silver Champion down. We can trade into the top minion. We could just Sinjin. You know what? I actually prefer Sinjin here.
I got this.
We should have dealt the 1 damage. You're right. I guess Enrique's not in the stream tonight. He must have finally decided to call it a day. Alright, so I think Hammer of Wrath to the Mana Worm is easily the way to go. And we could Blessing of Might as well, so we do 5 damage. I like that play. Let's see what card we get first. So Azure Drake is not too bad.
I got this.
Job's done.
Probably should save Blessing of Might for a bigger minion that will survive longer, but I don't mind doing the 5 damage now. She'll kill it with her Fireball next turn, probably. So we've got some interesting choices after this. We have Argent Commander. Yeah. So we have Argent Commander. We could go and get our True Silver down as well as Wild Pyromancer, which is probably not a bad idea. We'll have our Guardian of Kings on turn 7. Avenging Wrath. I think we'll save that.
Let me like to play with fire.
So Weapon is not a spell, so that's why Wild Pyromancer didn't proc. We can go ahead and kill the Dalaran Mage and we won't take any damage, which I think is the right play. I'd rather not leave her with spell power. For those of you who watched the stream before, we got rocked by a mage late game because of big burst damage, which is what mages can do. And yeah, so we're not going to try to do that again. So we're staying pretty good draw power wise here. I think that early Blessing of Might was a good idea, or Blessing of Wisdom was a good idea. We have another draw card in our hand. Probably go ahead and drop Guardian of Kings just to get a real big minion on the board. We could Avenging Wrath and hit her for 8. We'll attack with the Pyromancer first. Otherwise he's gonna die when we drop the Avenging Wrath. So actually we could do 8, 11. We can do 15 points of damage next turn. Sounds pretty good to me. You know what, Egan? Just for that, I'm tempted to go ahead and do that, but I'm not going to. I will not succumb to the trollage. Let's see. Argent Commander is also a possibility, but I like... Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. I like this play.
For justice.
That's a pretty cool spell when it all goes off like that. So, alright. No, nobody trolls me. I think half of my regular viewers, I wouldn't call trolls by any means, but you guys definitely like to poke fun at me, but it's fine. I poke fun at me too.
I can taste the mana.
Alright, so... Let's see. Well, Dread Corsair, it gives us a taunt, Fortunately, we don't have our true silver champions though, or he'd be free. I think I'll still hold Guardian of Kings for now.
I wonder.
Could go Azure Drake, which lets us draw a card, plus the Magma Rager. And I'm gonna go ahead. I want to get some. We get some board presence down.
Reporting for duty.
So definitely with the Sunwalker, he's probably got the advantage here, but he's still gonna have to make a choice. Either trade. He'll probably try to kill our minions simply because he only has 10 points of health. He can't really afford to leave any minions out there. We have Argent Commander next turn, which is going to drop 4 on him.
Sometimes
So
I forget things.
we're trying to boost his spell power here. Pyroblast is 8, so he could actually do a 12-point Pyroblast right now if he has it. Pyroblast is 8 mana for 10 damage. He's going to Arcane Missiles and hope he gets lucky. And he got lucky. So the reason he fired 5 missiles there, guys, was because he had 2 spell power. So spell power on Arcane Missiles actually increases the number of missiles, not the damage per missile. There's Fireball, which is going to be 8 damage. Whew. Starting to hurt. We'll probably have to drop our Guardian of Kings next turn. Yeah.
Time runs out on me.
So he's got 7 points of damage on the board. We can get back up to 14. We don't have any taunt, so I think we probably humility his Sunwalker to take that off, that damage down, and then probably play our Light Warden just to get more board presence. We'll play the Light Warden before we play the Guardian of Kings so we can proc it.
In the light's name.
Job's done.
Welcome back, Pittsburgh. I was just wondering, I hadn't seen you talk in a while. Pittsburgh is probably our, well, not probably, he is definitely our all-star moderator, stream supporter. Does a great job. I really appreciate all the help that Pittsburgh puts in to helping the stream be better. So we're at 14. He's got 4 points of damage on the board. I don't think he has a Pyroblast or he would have done it immediately. It's going to be 5 more points of damage. So 6, 8, 9. He's got 10, 3. That's... Well, he can't use his hero power now. But doesn't matter. GG. So 3 and 2. That was a pretty close game. I think that could have gone either way. But it didn't go our way. Yeah, that was definitely a spell power oriented deck. We never could clear it once he got it down. So we're still 3 and 2 though, which anytime you're above 500 with an arena deck is not too bad. Argent Commander still is a solid card. Yeah, we are having a shit day. I would agree with that sentiment. You know, last night I think total we went 8 and 2, and tonight we are 1 and 4. So yeah, guess if you combine the two, we're 9 and 5. That's not terrible. All right, so let's go ahead and play another arena match. All right, we're 3 and 2. This is our 6th game in this Paladin Arena series. Yeah, Grom was a star player. I do think I may sit down this weekend and completely gut that warrior deck and try making an Enrage / Warsong Commander type setup. The undefeated Murloc deck. we tried a Murloc deck once. I actually think for a theme for a night, we may do a Murloc deck or maybe even a pirate deck. I had someone submit a pirate deck already, so Guardian Kings is too big for this early. True for Silver Champion is solid. I think I want to keep it, especially because we have 2 Dread Corsairs in the deck. Which, if we get True Silver Champion and Dread Corsair at the same time, it's a free minion. Fortunately, we drew a 5-drop, so we're going to be a little tight. We're going to be really light early. So there's really nothing we can do here. We're going to be probably tokening in at the beginning of the game. Now, one thing I'll say about this Paladin deck, I do remember we didn't get Blessing of Might. I think of Might. Whatever gives you +4/+4. We didn't get a lot of the big Paladin buffs, so unfortunately, we don't really have those as options in our deck. I don't think Bronius is in the stream tonight, but he's a friend of mine who plays Paladin all the time, and even he was commenting that the deck was a little light on the cards. But you know, we're what, 3-2, so we haven't done terrible. Alright, so we're still not really having anything good. We can token and give our token 3 attack, but then he'll just trade. Rather save that Blessing of Might for a bigger minion like our Argent Commander, so we could give him 7 attack for his charge.
Bring me steel.
You shall not pass.
So another heavy taunt deck. We've seen this story before. I think I haven't shown this much, but you can interact with the environments. You can grow fruit, kill fruit, exciting stuff. Alright, so if we True Silver Champion here, we could either True Silver Champion or we could get Sinjin down. I kind of like Sinjin because we'd be the biggest minion on the field. Although True Silver Champion would let us kill his Shield Bearer and heal for 1. I'm still gonna save True Silver for when we get a Dread Corsair, hopefully. Yes, you can leave the arena and come back. We did that. We actually started this Paladin series last night and then came back, and we're doing it again tonight. But if you leave the arena, you always come back with the same deck. So like, you can't enter the arena, get 3 heroes, not like any of those heroes, and then leave. Once you enter the arena and see your heroes, that's it. This has become the scariest shield bearer in probably the history of shield bearers, I have to say, at 6-1. We're probably going to humility him this turn. We definitely are going to humility him this turn. Although, you know what? Take that back. Windstormpike Commando and kill him.
I've got a hit.
Job done.
So we're actually not in terrible shape. So he's probably gonna trade. So he wanted to draw a card there. That's not too bad for us. How's it going, Colin? Alright, so let's see here. I really want to get a True Silver Champion down. I think actually what we're going to do is do True Silver Champion. We do True Silver Champion and a token this turn, and we'll clear his minion. And then next turn we can Argent Commander and Blessing of Might and do 7 damage. So I like that play.
Reporting for justice.
I actually think for Arena, I don't know that Mage is all that bad. You have a lot of control, you have a lot of direct damage. Warrior I think is rough. Hunter I think is decent. But, you know, if you're ranking them against all the other heroes, yeah. Paladin, Shaman are great. Druid is good. Alright, so we have a consecration. So I still think the play here is to go Argent Commander. Actually, we can go Argent Commander. Well, no. Yeah. Well, no. We'll lose our Argent Commander that way. I still think Argent Commander, Blessing of Might is the play. We'll kill his taunt minion, and then he's going to be forced to deal with our Argent Commander.
To Northrend! Victory! Justice!
Now, it'd be nice if we could draw one of our 2 Dread Corsairs. Because we can use our True Silver Champion. We'll have a taunt minion out. I'm pretty sure he's a taunt minion. Yeah, he's a taunt minion, so... Yeah, I think they'll eventually release on Android. It's too big a market not to. Colin, we've played quite a few games. They've all gone pretty bad. Except for one we won. Alright, so what do we got? You know, I think, we have Consecration. I don't think we need to keep a Hammer of Wrath. So I think True Silver.
Let me think.
And we could go ahead and get a cheapo taunt combo down. Actually, 2 cheapo taunts. No, we can't do that. That's too much mana.
For justice!
Priest, I think we've actually only played 1 Priest Arena series. Yeah, only 1 Priest Arena series. I can't remember how it went. Guardian of Kings, not too shabby. So we can go Guardian of Kings and Sun Fury Protector and give him taunt, although we're going to be really overhealing, so maybe that's not the best play. Let's see, if we go Wild Pyromancer into Humility, it'll drop that guy to a 4/8. Can Consecration, we'll drop him to a 4/6. 2, 6, 8, 9. We could just Humility him and not worry about him that much. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so... Two, 4, 5, 6, 8. So yeah, we can do all of that.
Let me think.
To play with fire?
Must move quickly. Reporting for duty.
Shields up. In the light's name.
For justice.
So that gives us some good board presence. We have 2 taunt minions down. Of course, that cleared a lot of it. Well, you know, we still have Guardian Kings in our back pocket. We have Consecration. Concentration. I'm not sure what that card would be. We're getting behind in draw power, though, which is going to become concerning here soon.